Howdy, howdy, howdy. Men in Green. First episode. So we got a call about an emergency tree leaning over a pool. You can't see it, but the pool to the right has a fence around it. And it's leaning pretty heavily due to like storm wind, I'm pretty sure. We show up the next day and yeah. So Dev's gonna get up in the bucket truck. We set it up before we start the camera, and he's pretty much going to dissect this whole tree down to where he can use the big saw and just cut it and let it drop and won't hit any fence. And yeah, he already cut some little lower branches before we started shooting. That's where we're cleaning up right now. So we got the chipper hooked up to the back of the dump truck, and we have a tarp going from the chute to the top of the dump truck because they make trucks with booms on top of where the truck can like catch all the chips, and one truck, but those are like really expensive. So we just use a tarp and put it to the top chute, and yeah, because this chipper is so powerful that it'll just hit the back of the bed and like rebound off and go to the ground. So you're gonna make twice as much work for yourself picking up little wood chips, and it's just to pick up a whole stick and to throw it in the chipper. And yeah.
So throughout the whole time, you'll see Dev drop branches and us pick them up and throw them into the chipper. That way we don't create a big pile of sticks, and it makes it easier on us. Once all of the limbs are off the tree, you'll see that Dev just drops the big branches and the chipper just eat it. Here we're at a HOA, so for this specific bid, we are hauling away the chips on this specific site, and that means the whole entire tree down to the stump, which is not really a big stump here. I don't know what kind of tree this is. What kind of tree is it?
Pretty sure it was like a cedar or something like that. It smelled pretty good.
Yeah, so we're taking away these chips as it's an HOA in like an apartment type area. And so while he's up there making cuts with the chainsaw, we are down low, just trying to move the process.
Because what happens when you pile sticks up on top of each other and not clean up as you go, it'll be like Velcro. All these little branches would come together and just make it twice as hard to pull it apart. Because I mean, the chipper will take it, but you want all the cut ends together, so it'll just make the process so much faster. Because faster you go, more money you make, happier you be.
So right before this, Legend was trying to tell me that the tarp was getting hot. I felt it, but I just thought it was the hot air, not realizing that it was so hot that
the exhaust was underneath the tarp right there, underneath that little eyelet.
Yeah, on the right of the screen. And so you'll see me here in a minute. I'm going to try to wave him down because it's making a big hole in our tarp that we just bought from Tractor Supply. So you just see us go back and forth with, grabbing sticks, looking up. And here I go. I'm waving at him. He doesn't see me. I'm trying to get his attention.
Hello.
I'm like, oh no, it's a hole. So we have to maneuver it.
This is our first time using the tarp like this.
It is. So we didn't really know how to hook it up, especially to this big chipper as well. We were just kind of playing with it because this honestly saved us so much cleanup time. Before deciding to use a tarp, we would have to clean up a lot of chips on the ground. Not because we were letting them get on the ground, but the chippers are so strong that, we couldn't prevent it any other way from getting in there. So we're right now fixing it off camera. You can't see it, but we're fixing it to where it's not burning a hole into our tarp any bigger. But now Dev's getting, closer into frame. So you'll be able to see him, make cuts with a chainsaw above us. And us still continually put in, sticks into the chipper as it goes along, as time goes on. It'll keep the process faster. Like, Legend said, it's way easier when the sticks don't get velcroed. This tree took us about 28 minutes. This video is obviously sped up because no one wants to sit there for 28 minutes watching people take down a tree.
Yeah, we're very, I'll give self-confidence and
Efficiency.
Yes, we're very efficient people when it comes to working. Very, very efficient. We know a task, we fill a role, and we get the job done as fast as we can and as best as we can. Because when we arrive, it looks like that, and when we leave, it looks like that tree never even grew there, like ever.
Yeah. Yep.
That's usually how we do it. Unless some jobs are different. It's kind of like a shake at Sonic. You can put whatever you want. You want M&Ms, cookies and cream in there too, because we can kind of customize each tree job. Like if the tree is next to, I don't know, woods, we can just drop the whole tree for them. If they don't want that, then we can chip all the wood chips into the woods. If they don't want that, then we have to haul it away. We can split the wood for them. We can stack the logs or throw the logs in the woods. It's just not a la carte, but customizable. That's a great thing about this business. It's very personal. I mean, we're a family-owned business. What's better than that? Husband, wife, and father, right? So I think it's very old-time America, and I think family-owned businesses don't get enough credit at all, because a lot of corporate America diminishes and kind of, I don't know, flushes out the family-owned business lifestyle. And it's kind of what built this country, in my opinion. And I don't know, I like to stay true to America type thing.
Yeah, so as you see now, Dev is coming down from the bucket. That means that all of his cuts are done being up high. The rest he can do from the base, which is our favorite part because it's the easiest part. We're able just to pick up the entire log and shove it into the chipper, and it literally
pretty freaking awesome.
Eats it.
We couldn't used to do that.
Yeah, we didn't. So all the equipment we have, Legend has used without it. Legend has done tree jobs without all these equipment, these powerful equipments. Legend's been doing this way longer than I have. I started about a year ago. Legend's been doing it for probably 7-8 years.
Something like that. Yeah, me and Dev we started tree work in a landscaping truck with a dovetail, attachable mowing bed, pretty much. And we were our bread and butter was like Bradford pears, like mushroom top with multiple trunks, and it always split all the time. So we would top them with pole saw, and we'd stack them on the landscaping truck. Before we had enough money to purchase a dump truck, then a bucket truck, then a chipper, then another chipper. Not to gloat, but hard work pays off.
It does pay off.
It does pay off. And so we would, at the end of the day, pull the branches off. When you get done with the tree job, you don't want to be like, oh, I got to touch all these sticks again. And so we had to pull all these tree limbs out of the truck again and then go home, which is a long, long day. So it's very nice to have equipment like this, and very, very nice to have a chipper like this, because we just bought this and we used to have it like an 8-inch, I think it was an Echo diesel, and it was pretty good. We got the job done. We would have a lot more logs. We had at least a truckload of logs from places.
And it would take us twice as long.
Yeah, around there, like a third longer. But this is a gas, actually, or it's a gas chipper. It's kind of weird, but it sounds like a truck engine starting up, like a bad freaking A truck engine just going past you. And I think this one's a 12-inch diameter, so it'll eat a log, like a log.
Yeah, like right here, he's dropping the logs. You're about to see us pick it up, and you'll see us. We'll put it in the chipper, and it'll just be gone.
Yeah.
You want to be careful with those chippers, because they will pull you in, especially when you get whacked with tree limbs, and that's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, another caution too is your hands. Like, this chipper's so powerful, it speeds up, and like it'll catch the log and it'll either go up or down, like the top of the log. So
Smack
you have to kind of like palm heel strike it into the chipper, so you don't get your fingers cut off.
Yeah, I usually just let Legend or Dev put the stuff in. I'll usually just hand it to them. Not because I'm scared I'll get pulled in, but there's been many times where I'm stuck in between, a lot of branches, and it'll pull me, and, I don't have a fear of it, but I'm not gonna, allow myself to get eaten by a chipper that can eat massive ass branches, because it can eat me up real quick. So we stay away from that. But here you can see Dev cutting up the last logs from the tree, and we're just gonna put them in there. Cleanup is probably the most time consuming, only because we try to make the land look better than when we arrived, whether that be cleaning up stuff that was already there, cleaning up all the leaves, sticks, and then blowing it all into a pile and putting it all into the chipper. We take pride in what we do, making sure that everything is, you know, spick and span, everything looks good, and that we're not going to have any issues with, you know, the HOA calling us back and saying, you know, you need to be more thorough. We always do our best to make sure that it looks as good as our own, and we act like if it is our own, and that is something special. And you know, each tree job we leave happy and we leave knowing that we did a great job. So that's what we're doing here. As we finish off, I grab the blower and I'm starting to blow all the sawdust and sticks, you know, closer to us. So it makes it easier. We're not having to rake all day because no one wants to do that. I don't like raking leaves all day. Thank God we don't do that for a business. Instead we do trees, which is awesome. So here I'm blowing it into there while Legend's picking up the sticks. Let us know if you want us to show you different angles, like of the inside of the chipper, because I know people...
Yeah, like a vlog style where like
Right.
every now and again we're like walking around type stuff. Or even if you guys want us to show you like mowing. I know some people like watching mowing, like edging, lawn mowing, a lot of HOAs, a lot of homes.
And we can also do it without the voiceover, so you guys can just listen to the sound.
Like gospel music.
Yeah, kind of like a gospel music type.
There's a lot of instrumental.
Yeah, very instrumental, from chainsaws, mowers, trimmers. But let us know what you guys want to see. What we do is really interesting, and a lot of tree jobs are all unique to themselves. All the jobs they do are unique to themselves, and we can't make up the stuff that we see and hear. And you know, you guys will get to come along with all the BS we have to deal with, because there's a lot.
We cut down a lot of trees, a lot of jobs, a lot of different videos we're about to make. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching.